We once helped Earth, and it came back to help us in return. Ethan Miller sat in the cockpit of the exploration ship Starward, staring at the endless stretch of stars outside the viewport. He felt a familiar mix of excitement and nervousness. Space was beautiful, but it was also dangerous. Each new mission carried the chance of discovery and the chance of disaster. Ethan, are you just going to stare at the stars all day, or are you going to finish calibrating the sensors? Lily Thompson called from the engineering bay. Her voice had a teasing edge, but it carried warmth. She was always focused, always working, and she never let mistakes go unnoticed. I'm almost done, Ethan replied, fingers flying over the controls. But this signal, it's different. I've never seen anything like it. Lily came over, brushing her brown hair behind her ears. Different how? It's faint, Ethan said, adjusting the display, but it's repeating, almost like a pattern, like someone or something is trying to send a message. Connor Hayes, the captain, entered the cockpit. His dark eyes were steady, calm, and alert. He had a presence that made everyone in the crew feel safe, even in the middle of the void. You're sure it's not just interference from the star? These sensors can be tricky. Ethan shook his head. I've run it through 3 different filters. It's real. And it's coming from a planet in the Gamma Vela system. Sophia Bell, the communications officer, leaned forward from her console. Gamma Vela, that system is mostly empty. No recorded life, no human colonies, nothing. That's why it's interesting, Ethan said. Whatever this is, it shouldn't be there. Connor rubbed his chin. Interesting doesn't always mean safe, Ethan. We need to prepare for anything, gather data, scan the planet, make sure we don't walk into a trap. The crew worked in silence for a few minutes, each lost in their thoughts. The Starward's engines hummed softly as it moved through space, carrying them closer to the mysterious signal. The planet in the Gamma Vela system grew larger on the viewport, its blue-green surface striking in the darkness. As they entered orbit, Ethan activated the long-range scanners. I see it, he said. There's a city, or at least structures. They're faint, old, but they look human. Lily's eyes widened. Human? Are you saying there was a colony here? That doesn't match any records. Connor frowned. Earth didn't have the resources to reach Gamma Vela, not officially. This could be a secret project or a mistake. Either way, we need to investigate cautiously. Sophia adjusted the frequency on her console. I'm picking up a repeating energy signature. It's weak, but it responds when I send out small pulses, almost like it's trying to communicate with us. Exactly, Ethan said, excitement rising in his voice. It's alive, or at least something alive set it up. We have to find out who or what. Connor took a deep breath. Fine, prepare the landing team. Ethan, you, Lily, and Sophia will go down. I'll stay in orbit with the Starward, no risks. The shuttle detached from the Starward, gliding silently toward the planet's surface. Ethan's stomach tightened as they passed through the thin atmosphere. The surface below was covered with dense forests, wide rivers, and strange, metallic structures that shimmered in the sunlight. It looked like a mix of Earth and something alien. They landed on a flat plateau near a large complex. The building had smooth surfaces, angled roofs, and markings that looked familiar. Humans had designed this, but the style was older than anything they had ever seen. Look at this, Lily whispered, kneeling beside a panel that glowed faintly. These are energy conduits. Whoever built this had advanced technology, more than what we normally see. Sophia scanned the surrounding area. No life signs, no animals, nothing. It's like the planet has been abandoned for centuries. Ethan stepped carefully over the uneven ground, his eyes scanning the complex. Abandoned, maybe, but the signal, it's still active. Someone wanted us to find this. They entered the building. Inside, the air was cool, surprisingly clean for something so old. Walls were lined with screens and panels, covered in dust but still faintly glowing. Symbols they didn't recognize pulsed softly. Lily knelt beside a console. These look like old Earth codes or maybe codes based on Earth systems. Whoever made this wanted humans to be able to use it. Ethan ran his hand over a control panel. It's like a time capsule. They sent help knowing we would find it one day. Sophia frowned. Why? Why would Earth send technology to a planet no one was living on? Connor's voice came over the communicator. Because they believed humanity would spread across the stars. They wanted to give future humans a chance. That's the only answer that makes sense. As they explored deeper, Ethan noticed a faint glow coming from a large chamber. Inside, a holographic figure flickered to life. It was a man dressed in old Earth clothing, his voice calm and measured. Welcome, humans, the hologram said. I am Mason Carter. I was created to guide you and teach you. You are the descendants of those who left Earth long ago. This planet was prepared for you for a time when help would be needed. We hope you are ready. Lily gasped. It's a guide, a record from Earth. Ethan stepped closer, awed. It's like Earth left a message for us, for the people who came after. Mason Carter continued, explaining how Earth had secretly sent supplies, knowledge, and technology to help early human colonies survive. Our ancestors believed in humanity's ability to grow, adapt, and thrive. They sent tools, engines, and knowledge to distant worlds. This facility is one of many left behind. It is a safeguard, it is a gift, and now you have found it. Connor's brow furrowed. If this is true, then our ancestors thought about the future in ways we can barely imagine. But why now? Why send a signal? Mason's hologram flickered. Because danger comes, you are not alone. There are forces in the galaxy that will seek to claim what belongs to humanity. You must learn, adapt, and prepare. Use what is here wisely. Humanity's future depends on it. Sophia's hands trembled slightly. We're really standing on history. Earth helped other humans long ago, and now it feels like it's helping us too. Lily ran her fingers over a console, activating a storage of devices. Engines, shields, medical kits, and machines that seemed far more advanced than anything they had now lit up the room. This could change everything. If we understand it, we could save lives, explore farther, maybe even prevent disasters. Ethan felt a thrill. We've always thought of humans as explorers, but this shows we've been teachers and protectors too. Now it's our turn to carry the legacy forward. Connor nodded, his voice steady. We need to be careful. This is powerful, and it could be dangerous if misused. But we also have a responsibility. We'll study it, and then we'll decide how to use it to help humanity again. As they left the chamber, the planet outside seemed to hum softly. The wind whispered through the metallic structures, and the forest seemed alive with history. Ethan looked around at his crew, seeing the same mix of awe and determination in their eyes. Do you think anyone will ever know this story? Sophia asked quietly. I don't know, Ethan said. Maybe not, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that we found it. What matters is that we learn from it and continue the work of those who came before. Humanity once helped itself survive. Now it's our turn to carry that help forward. The Starward crew spent days exploring the facility. They cataloged devices, recorded Mason Carter's lessons, and studied maps of distant colonies. They found warnings about natural disasters, advice on engineering, and detailed schematics for advanced engines. Ethan discovered a room filled with holographic simulations of star systems. Look at this, he said. These are the systems humans tried to colonize, and these, he pointed to small, glowing dots, these are places where colonies struggled. If we bring this technology to them, we could save billions. Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement. And it's all designed to work with what we already have. We don't have to start from scratch. Earth did the thinking for us. Sophia's voice was soft, almost reverent. It's like Earth trusted us to be worthy of its help, and now it's coming back to help us when we need it. Connor looked at the crew, pride and concern mixed in his gaze. We've always been explorers, we've always faced danger, but this is different. This is a chance to do something bigger than ourselves. A chance to honor our ancestors and protect the future of humanity. That night, as the twin moons of the planet rose over the horizon, the crew gathered outside the facility. The stars above seemed brighter, the air heavier with meaning. They knew the journey ahead would be difficult. They knew challenges and enemies awaited them in the vast reaches of space. But they also knew something else. They were not alone. Humanity had helped itself once, and now, through the gifts left behind by Earth, humanity had a chance to rise again. Ethan stared at the glowing lights of the facility one last time before they returned to the Starward. A feeling of hope filled him. They had been given a responsibility, a trust from the past, and whatever came next, they would face it together. The Starward lifted off, leaving the planet below. The signal pulsed faintly, as if waving goodbye or perhaps urging them onward. The adventure was only beginning, and humanity's legacy was waiting to be written among the stars. Ethan, Lily, Sophia, and Connor looked at one another, silently agreeing that their lives had changed forever. They had discovered a secret of the past. They had touched the wisdom of Earth itself, and they were ready to carry that help into the future. The stars stretched endlessly before them, and the Starward sailed onward, guided by curiosity, courage, and the knowledge that humans once helped themselves, and the universe had not forgotten them. The Starward floated above the strange planet, its engines humming softly in the quiet of space. Below, the ancient facility glowed faintly, like a beacon waiting for the crew to uncover its secrets. Inside, Ethan, Lily, Sophia, and Connor moved carefully, exploring every corridor and chamber. The air smelled faintly metallic, and the walls pulsed with energy from systems long abandoned but still alive. "Everywhere I look, there's something new," Lily said, kneeling before a panel that projected a three-dimensional map of the planet. "These machines, they're advanced beyond anything we've built, and yet they were meant for humans like us." Ethan walked over, peering at the map. "It's amazing. Earth sent help centuries ago, and it's still here. I can't believe it." Connor folded his arms. "We can't just marvel at it. We have to understand it. We need to know how it works and if it's safe. Remember, technology this old could be dangerous if misused." Sophia moved closer to a console that displayed streams of symbols, glowing in faint blues and greens. She traced her finger along them. "It's like a language, but not quite. The AI, Mason Carter, said it was teaching humans. Maybe these symbols are instructions. If we learn them, we can use the technology properly." Ethan's eyes widened. "Mason Carter is still active. Maybe he can guide us." He tapped a panel and a holographic figure flickered to life. Mason's form shimmered, old but steady. "Welcome back," Mason said. "You are beginning to understand the purpose of this facility. My programming is to instruct, to show you how your ancestors prepared for the future. You have questions, and I will answer them." Lily leaned forward. "How long were humans working on this? How did they get this advanced technology so long ago?" Mason's voice was calm. "Earth foresaw the expansion of humanity across the stars. They created this technology to ensure that humans could survive, thrive, and defend themselves. You are not the first generation to benefit, but you are the first to discover this facility in centuries." Connor frowned. "If this technology was sent to other colonies, why do we not have records? Why is it hidden?" Mason paused. "Because knowledge can be dangerous. Those who received it were trusted to use it wisely. Only when humans demonstrated maturity and unity could the tools be used. That time has come." Sophia's fingers danced over the keyboard. "I can start decoding the instructions. Maybe we can figure out how to activate the engines and shields." Ethan watched the screens, his excitement growing. "This is like finding a treasure chest, but instead of gold, it's knowledge. We could save so many lives if we understand it fully." Lily smiled. "And we might be able to explore farther than ever before. Imagine what we could do with these engines." Connor's voice cut in, serious. "We need to be careful. Technology this old may have safeguards or even traps. We don't know what could happen if we make a mistake." For days, the crew worked together. Sophia decoded ancient programming, while Ethan and Lily tested the devices carefully. Connor oversaw every action, ensuring they did not damage anything or trigger unexpected reactions. Mason Carter guided them, explaining step by step, showing holographic simulations of energy flows, engines, and shields. One afternoon, Ethan noticed a set of controls that seemed different. They glowed faintly red, unlike the other systems. "Lily, look at this. It's like a core control panel. Maybe this is the main system that powers everything." Lily examined it. "It could be, but it's old. We have to check it thoroughly before touching it." Sophia leaned closer. "The energy signature is still active. It's like it's waiting for us to complete something. If we finish the activation, maybe the planet's defense systems will come online." Connor nodded. "Do it carefully. I don't want any surprises." They activated the system together. Lights flickered across the room, panels hummed to life, and a low vibration ran through the floor. Mason's hologram appeared again, smiling faintly. "You are learning quickly," Mason said. "The systems are designed to work with humans who think, adapt, and cooperate. You have shown all these qualities." Suddenly, a soft alarm echoed through the chamber. Ethan looked at the readings. "Something's moving on the planet's surface. I don't know what it is, but it's big." Lily grabbed a scanner. "It's not animals, not anything I recognize. It's mechanical, like a machine or a ship." Sophia frowned. "It's heading this way. Maybe it detected our activation of the systems." Connor's eyes narrowed. "Prepare for anything. Everyone stay calm. We don't know if it's friendly or hostile." The crew hurried to the observation deck. Outside, they saw a massive ship descending. Its design was alien, angular, and intimidating. Machines moved along its surface and strange lights flashed as it landed nearby. Ethan swallowed hard. We might have triggered something dangerous. That's what Mason warned about. Lily tightened her grip on the console. We're ready. We've learned a lot from these systems. We can protect ourselves, I hope. The alien ship opened, revealing tall figures inside. They wore armor that reflected the sunlight. Their movements were precise, almost unnatural. Ethan's heart pounded. Connor raised his hand. Stay calm. Let's try communication first. Sophia, can you send a signal? Sophia nodded. She tapped the console, trying to match the alien energy patterns. I'll try. Maybe they can understand us, maybe not. The aliens paused, then seemed to react. Lights on their suits blinked, and one of them stepped forward. Ethan and Lily held their breath. Connor spoke slowly, clearly. We come in peace. We are humans. We mean no harm. The alien stepped closer, then paused again. Its voice came through a translator, cold and mechanical. Humans, your presence is noted. Why have you activated the Earth technology? Ethan felt a chill. Earth technology, they know about this. The alien's eyes glowed faintly. Yes, the signal was detected. You are not alone in your curiosity. Others seek this technology as well. Lily whispered, others who? The alien's gaze swept over the facility. The Zitrons, they are powerful. They will come for this planet. They will take what you have found. Connor's jaw tightened. Then we must be ready. We cannot let them take it. Mason Carter's hologram flickered urgently. You have activated the defense systems, but they are not fully operational. You must complete the calibration. Your cooperation and speed are essential. Humanity's survival may depend on it. Ethan exchanged a look with Lily. We need to work fast. If the Zitrons arrive before we finish, we won't stand a chance. Sophia nodded. I'll focus on decoding the last instructions. Lily, Ethan, can you handle the mechanical adjustments? They worked tirelessly. Hours passed as they connected energy nodes, adjusted ancient engines, and ran simulations. Mason guided them every step of the way, explaining how the systems would respond to attacks, how shields could protect them, and how energy could be directed for defense or travel. Finally, the main control panel lit fully. The facility hummed with power, and the energy signature on the scanners rose sharply. Ethan stepped back, wiping sweat from his forehead. We did it. It's ready. Connor checked the readings. Shields at full capacity. Engines are online. We can defend the planet if we have to. The alien observer, still outside, tilted its head. Impressive. Humans have adapted well. Your ancestors prepared for this moment. You are worthy. Sophia smiled faintly. Worthy, that's good to hear. But we still need to see how they act when the Zitrons come. Lily leaned against a console, exhausted but exhilarated. We've learned more in these few days than in years of regular missions. Earth really did plan for this. It trusted us to use it wisely. Ethan looked out at the horizon where the alien ship had landed. It's strange to think we're being tested, not by machines or enemies, but by the universe itself, by our own history. Connor placed a hand on Ethan's shoulder. We've always faced challenges. This is just another one, but we are ready. We have learned, we have adapted, and we have each other. As the sun set over the ancient planet, the crew gathered outside the facility. The wind whispered across the metallic surfaces, carrying the hum of energy from the activated systems. It was a sound that filled them with hope, determination, and a sense of responsibility. Mason Carter's hologram appeared one last time before they left for the starward. Remember, humans have always survived through courage, ingenuity, and unity. The past has prepared you, and now it is your time to protect the future. The crew returned to the starward, carrying the knowledge and power of Earth's ancient technology. They had learned, they had adapted, and they were ready to face whatever dangers awaited them. The journey ahead would test their courage, but humanity had once helped itself, and now, with Earth's guidance, they could rise to meet any challenge. Ethan looked at the glowing horizon one last time. We've unlocked a gift from the past, he said quietly, and now it's our responsibility to use it wisely. Connor nodded. The adventure is just beginning. We have the tools, the knowledge, and each other. Whatever comes next, humanity will face it together. The starward lifted off, leaving the planet behind, and the ancient facility pulsed softly, a silent guardian watching over the humans who had found it. The stars stretched endlessly before them, full of possibilities, dangers, and promise. And humanity was ready to explore, protect, and thrive once more. The starward floated above the planet, shields humming softly after the crew had activated the ancient systems. The crew had worked tirelessly for days, studying and calibrating the technology left behind by Earth. They felt a mix of pride and nervousness. The planet had been quiet, almost peaceful, but that peace would not last. Ethan leaned over the console, scanning the horizon. "They're coming," he said, voice tight. "The Zitrons, Mason Carter predicted this." Connor's jaw tightened. "We've prepared as much as we can. Now it's time to see if humans can survive against them." Outside, the sky darkened. A fleet of ships appeared, moving swiftly, cutting through the stars like shadows. The Zitrons had arrived, more ships than Ethan had expected, their metallic surfaces reflecting the light of the planet below. The crew watched in silence, understanding the danger they faced. "They're huge," Lily whispered, gripping the console, "and they're fast. Our shields might hold for a while, but we can't last forever if they attack in numbers." Sophia tapped her keyboard rapidly, trying to send a signal. "I'm attempting to communicate." "Maybe we can confuse them, slow them down." Connor nodded. "Do it. Everyone else stay ready. We fight together, no mistakes." Ethan adjusted the Starward's position, moving closer to the planet to use the terrain for cover. "We have to be smart. Outnumbered doesn't mean outmatched if we use our brains." The first Zitron ship fired. Beams of energy struck the planet's surface, causing explosions that shook the ground below. Ethan felt the Starward shudder under the impact. Lily immediately activated the ancient shield system, and a dome of energy spread around the planet, absorbing the attacks. "It's working," Lily shouted. "The shields are holding." Sophia's fingers flew over her console. "I've hacked into their communication frequencies. Their formation is disrupted. We can slow them down." Connor glanced at the team, pride and tension mixed in his gaze. "Good work, keep it up. We need to protect the planet and buy time." Ethan piloted the Starward with skill, weaving between the alien ships, using energy pulses from the ancient system to blind and confuse them. Lily adjusted the engines, pushing the ship to its limits. The crew worked in perfect coordination, using intelligence and strategy to survive. The Zitrons were strong, but humans had something they did not expect: ingenuity. Ethan noticed a weakness in the fleet's formation. "There," he shouted. "There's a gap between their ships. If we can hit that spot, it could cause chaos." Connor nodded. "Do it. Focus the energy pulse from the facility's core. Aim for the gap." Lily directed power to the main emitters, while Ethan targeted the weak spot. A brilliant beam shot from the facility, striking the Zitron ships. One after another, they staggered, their formation breaking apart. The aliens roared in frustration. Ethan's hands shook slightly with adrenaline. "We're actually doing it. We're holding them off." Sophia monitored their communications. "They're confused. I can intercept some commands. We might even be able to turn them against each other." Connor's voice was calm but firm. "Use everything we've learned. Mason Carter's instructions, the shields, the engines, everything. We cannot let them take this planet or the technology." Hours passed, and the battle continued. The Zitrons attacked with relentless energy, but the Starward crew used every trick available. They drew upon ancient Earth technology, combining it with their own modern systems. The shields absorbed beam after beam, engines allowed nimble maneuvers, and energy pulses disrupted the alien communication. Ethan noticed a smaller squadron trying to flank them. "They're splitting up. If we don't stop them, they'll bypass the shields and attack the facility directly." Lily's hands flew across the controls. "Redirecting power to the defense turrets. They'll meet resistance if they try to land." Sophia hacked into a nearby Zitron ship's control system. "I've got one. I can take control of it temporarily. Maybe I can make it crash into the others." Connor gave the order. "Do it. Take them down however you can. Protect the facility." Sophia smiled faintly. "On it." She worked quickly, redirecting the alien ship's trajectory. The craft collided with two other ships, causing a chain reaction. Explosions lit the sky as several Zitrons were destroyed. The remaining Zitrons paused, sensing the unexpected losses. Mason Carter's hologram flickered to life. "Humans have always faced threats with ingenuity. Your ancestors would be proud. Continue to use strategy, not just force. Adaptation is your strength." Ethan looked at the crew. "Mason's right. We don't need to match them in power. We need to be smarter, faster, better." Lily adjusted the shield frequency. "I've synced it with the facility's energy. It should be stronger now, but it won't hold forever. We need a plan to end this." Connor thought quickly. "We'll combine the shield with targeted energy pulses from the facility." We'll force them into one final attack and hit them with everything we have. Are we ready? Ready, Ethan, Lily, and Sophia said together. Connor nodded. Then let's finish this. The starward moved into position, drawing the Zitrons toward the planet's center. Ethan maneuvered the ship to bait the enemy, dodging attacks with skillful precision. Lily channeled energy from the facility into the starward systems, boosting shields and weapons. Sophia continued to disrupt alien communications, sowing confusion among the fleet. The Zitrons charged, expecting an easy victory. But as they reached the center, the crew activated the final defense sequence. Energy beams shot from the facility, synchronized with the starward's engines and shields. The Zitrons were caught in a web of power they could not escape. Ethan shouted, "Now, fire everything!" The combined force struck the alien fleet. Ships were thrown off course, beams clashed and destroyed others, and the remaining Zitrons retreated, unable to withstand the coordinated attack. The sky cleared as the last of the enemy ships fled into the void. Lily slumped in her chair, exhausted but triumphant. We did it. We actually did it, Sophia smiled, relief washing over her. They're gone for now, but they'll probably return if they survive. Connor looked out at the horizon, thoughtful. Yes, but now we know we can fight. Now we know humans can defend themselves. And we have Earth's technology to help. Ethan leaned back, feeling a mixture of pride and exhaustion. We've proven that humans aren't just survivors. We can outthink, outsmart, and outlast enemies, even ones that seem stronger. Mason Carter's hologram appeared, glowing softly. This is the legacy of humanity, courage, intelligence, and unity. You have used the tools and wisdom of the past to protect the present. Remember this lesson. You are capable of great things. Lily wiped sweat from her brow. It's strange. We were scared at first. We didn't know what we were getting into, but working together, we made it. Humans are stronger than we think. Sophia nodded. And Earth's help was waiting for us. It came back when we needed it. It trusted us to rise to the challenge. Connor placed a hand on the console, looking at the crew. This is just the beginning. The Zitrons may return or other threats may come, but we have the knowledge, the technology, and each other. Humanity can survive and even thrive in this galaxy. We just have to continue being smart, brave, and united. Ethan looked at the planet below, where the ancient facility still hummed with energy. We've unlocked a part of our history, and it's going to help us protect the future. Lily nodded. And maybe even expand it. We could bring this knowledge to other human colonies, help them survive, grow stronger. Sophia smiled. Earth once helped humans, and now it's returned the favor. That's amazing. It's like the past and the present are working together. Connor's gaze was steady. Exactly. Humanity's strength has always been more than weapons or numbers. It's our ability to learn, to adapt, and to work together. That is what makes us powerful. The crew spent the next hours repairing the starward and strengthening the shields. They studied the facility further, learning every possible use of the ancient technology. They understood that this was not just about survival, it was about preparation. The galaxy was full of unknown dangers, and humans had a responsibility to be ready. As night fell over the planet, the crew gathered outside the facility. The stars shone brilliantly, and the air was filled with the soft hum of energy from the activated systems. The battle had tested them, but it had also taught them valuable lessons about courage, teamwork, and the wisdom of the past. Ethan looked at the sky and whispered, "We've survived our first real test, but this is only the beginning. There will be more challenges, more enemies, and more opportunities to prove what humans can do." Connor nodded. "And we will be ready. With Earth's help and our own skills, humanity will face the future with strength, intelligence, and hope." The starward lifted off once more, carrying the crew into the stars. The Zitrons had retreated, but they were not defeated forever. The ancient Earth technology was alive, and it would guide and protect them as they moved forward. The galaxy stretched endlessly before them, full of danger, opportunity, and promise. And humanity, once helped by Earth, now had the chance to prove that they could rise, defend, and thrive among the stars. Ethan, Lily, Sophia, and Connor looked at one another, their determination unwavering. They had faced a formidable enemy and survived. They had learned from the past and used that knowledge to protect the future. Humanity's story was far from over. It was just beginning. And somewhere in the quiet hum of the ancient facility, Mason Carter's hologram watched over them, proud of the humans who had risen to the challenge. The sky above the planet was calm after the battle, but the Starward crew knew it was only temporary. The Zitrons had retreated, but they were still out there, watching, planning. Connor stood on the bridge, gazing at the stars, feeling the weight of responsibility. "We held them off," Ethan said, voice quiet but proud. "But they'll come back. We need a permanent solution." Connor nodded. "Yes, we can't rely on just fighting them off each time. We need to fully activate the planet's defenses. Lily, can the facility handle it?" Lily moved to the console, her hands moving quickly over the controls. "Yes, but it's risky. The core has been dormant for centuries. Pushing it to full power could overload the systems if we're not careful. But it might be the only way to stop the Zitrons permanently." Sophia leaned forward, her eyes scanning the readouts. "We have the instructions from Mason Carter, but some of it is complex. We'll need perfect coordination." Connor took a deep breath. "Then that's what we'll do. We've faced danger before and we survived. Together we can do this." The crew spent the next hours preparing. Ethan ran simulations, practicing maneuvers to avoid energy feedback. Lily checked every conduit, every connection, making sure the ancient machinery could handle the strain. Sophia continued to decode and implement Mason Carter's instructions, translating the old Earth programming into actions they could execute now. Finally, the moment came. The main control room glowed as the crew activated the core. Energy flowed through the facility in brilliant streams of blue and gold. The shields expanded, covering the entire planet, and powerful defensive turrets activated, their barrels glowing with energy. Ethan felt the hum of power beneath his feet. "It's working. The whole planet is alive with energy. We're ready." Lily nodded, though her hands trembled slightly. "If the Zitrons attack again, this time they won't get through." Sophia glanced at the sky, scanning for any signs of the alien fleet. "I don't see them yet, but they'll know we're prepared. They won't back down easily." Connor's voice was calm, steady. "Then we wait, and when they come, we face them as humans always have, with intelligence, courage, and unity." The stars darkened as distant shadows approached. The Zitron fleet had returned, larger and angrier than before. Their ships moved with precision, energy weapons ready, and their intent clear. "They're attacking," Ethan said, gripping the controls. "This time we can't just defend. We need to show them we're stronger than they expect." Connor gave orders, each word measured. "Use the shields, fire the turrets, coordinate energy pulses. We don't just react, we take control. Humans are clever, we will turn their strength against them." The battle began. Beams of energy clashed against the shields, causing explosions in orbit. The Zitrons tried to break through, but the facility's defenses were stronger than anything they had anticipated. Ethan piloted the Starward with precision, weaving between the attacks, directing energy pulses from the facility toward key enemy ships. Lily adjusted the power flows, keeping the shields stable while sending bursts of energy to the turrets. Each pulse struck the Zitrons' ships, throwing them off balance. Sophia worked quickly, hacking into the Zitrons' communication network. "They're confused. I can make them misfire, even collide if we act fast enough." Connor's voice was firm. "Do it. Focus all our efforts. The past gave us this advantage. Now we must use it fully." Ethan fired a concentrated energy pulse at the leading Zitron ship. It staggered, its formation broken. Lily redirected additional power to follow the pulse, creating a chain reaction. Ships crashed into each other, energy beams striking allies by mistake as confusion spread through the Zitron ranks. "Keep going," Connor shouted. "Do not let them recover." Sophia's hands flew over the console. She directed hacked ships into each other, while Ethan and Lily amplified the facility's energy, creating a moving wall of force that the Zitrons could not penetrate. Slowly, the tide turned. The Zitrons began to retreat, their losses mounting. Ethan's voice shook with excitement. "We're actually winning. They're retreating." Connor watched, his expression calm but relieved. "Hold them off long enough for the shields to stabilize fully. Once they see our full strength, they won't return for a long time." The Starward crew worked tirelessly, coordinating their movements, energy flows, and strategy. Mason Carter's guidance from the past had given them the knowledge they needed, but it was their teamwork, courage, and quick thinking that ensured victory. Finally, the last of the Zitron ships withdrew into the darkness of space. The planet was safe, the shields stable, and the facility hummed with quiet power. The crew breathed deeply, exhaustion and relief washing over them. Lily collapsed into a chair, wiping sweat from her face. We did it. The planet is secure." Sophia smiled softly. And we learned something important. Humans are stronger than we thought. We can survive even against enemies that seem unstoppable. Ethan looked out at the horizon. Earth helped us centuries ago, leaving technology and knowledge, and now, with that help, we've protected the future. It feels like the past and present are working together. Connor placed a hand on the console, looking at the glowing facility. This is what humans have always done. We explore, we learn, we help each other, and we fight when we must. That is why we survive and thrive. That is why we are humanity. The crew spent the following days strengthening the defenses and studying the facility further. Mason Carter's hologram guided them, showing ways to improve energy efficiency, enhance shields, and maintain communication networks. They also mapped out distant human colonies, noting where help could be sent to prevent disasters. Ethan found a set of data about energy engines. If we can replicate these, humanity could travel farther than ever. We could explore more systems, reach colonies that are struggling, and protect them. Lily nodded. And with the defensive systems in place, we can ensure that human worlds remain safe from threats like the Zitrons. Sophia added, it's not just about fighting, it's about helping, building, and growing. Earth helped us once, and now we can help others. That's the legacy we continue. Connor smiled faintly. Exactly. Humanity's strength is not just in technology or weapons. It's in our ability to think, to adapt, and to cooperate. That is what makes us a force to be reckoned with. The crew prepared to leave the planet, knowing their mission had only just begun. The Starward lifted off, carrying them into the stars, ready to share the knowledge they had gained and to defend humanity wherever it might be threatened. As they soared through space, Ethan looked out at the distant stars. We've seen the power of the past, and now we carry it into the future. Earth helped us, and we've learned to help ourselves and others. We're part of something bigger than any one of us. Lily leaned back in her chair, smiling. And we'll continue. Humans always find a way, even when the odds seem impossible. That's what makes us who we are. Sophia tapped her console. We can reach other colonies. We can bring knowledge, protection, and hope. Humanity will rise just like it always has. Connor's voice was calm but full of certainty. And we will rise together. With courage, intelligence, and unity, we will face any challenge. Humanity once helped itself, and now it will continue to help itself and others. That is our destiny. The Starward moved steadily through the stars, carrying hope, knowledge, and the promise of protection. The galaxy stretched endlessly, full of dangers and possibilities, but the crew knew that humans were ready. Somewhere behind them, the planet glowed softly, its defenses fully operational. The facility pulsed with energy, a silent guardian of the past, present, and future. Mason Carter's hologram flickered faintly, as if watching over the humans who had learned to rise to the challenge. Ethan, Lily, Sophia, and Connor looked at one another, understanding that this was only the beginning. Humanity had survived, adapted, and thrived. They had defended themselves and proven that intelligence, courage, and unity were more powerful than any weapon. And somewhere in the stars, Earth's legacy had returned, helping humanity once more. The journey ahead would be long, filled with challenges, discoveries, and dangers. But humans had learned the greatest lesson. They were not just survivors. They were innovators, protectors, and a force to shape the galaxy. And as the Starward moved onward, carrying the crew and the ancient knowledge of Earth, the future of humanity stretched before them, bright, promising, and full of hope.